What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12, Episode 2, right? So, yeah, Season 12, Episode 2. So this week was pretty much a carbon copy of last week, just with the other half of girls. And rumor has it that there's going to be a surprise that I think somebody from last season is coming back, and we were kind of bouncing around who we think it might be. I'm hoping that it's Honey Davenport because I feel like she sort of got the short end of the stick last season, but because they had 6 weeks, so that makes 12, and they usually do like between 12 and 14. So anyway, they might do a baker's dozen, but is it me? And y'all let me know. Shout out to Fucky Daniva. I feel like I like the other girls better than these girls. This set of girls didn't really do it for me. Okay? They just didn't. Last week, it just didn't do it for me. And I don't think it did it for the judges either. We're going to get there. So we start this episode off. So the first of the six girls, she comes in and her name is Sharaka. She's Asian. She didn't really get into her ethnicity, but it's clearly some Asian. She describes her style as more like anime, comedy. Um, what I noticed about her almost immediately is when she came into the room. Sorry, y'all, it's late. Is that her tuck is bad. She need to call Trinity to tuck immediately and get some lessons because her tuck is bad. And Rue, no, it wasn't her that Rue brought up. It was somebody else. But there are two contestants, and their tucks aren't good. Hers, and then another one. I'll get to her in a second. Then we had, and she is from San Francisco. Then we had Delia Sin. She's from L.A. by way of New York. Or she's from New York. Yeah, she's from L.A. by way of New York. Anyway, she's originally from New York. She moved to L.A. And she said she's from the House of Aja. Y'all know Aja, who alumni. Then we have Sherry Pie. So look, she's from New York. Let's go ahead and just deal with the elephant in the room. If you follow RuPaul's Drag Race, if you are a fan of the show, then you know what's been going on with Sherry Pie. Sherry Pie has been disqualified because of some sexual misconduct allegations that she admitted were true. She made a statement saying that they were true and she apologized, and as a result, she has been disqualified. But remember, these things have already been filmed. And so World of Wonder Entertainment said, as to not throw the work of all the other ladies out the window, they're going to show the episodes as is. And from all reports we were hearing before, she did very well. And when they said that she will not be able to participate in the finale, I mean, that could mean she was one of the finalists, or it could just mean, you know how they always have like the group numbers and all that stuff and the reunion and all of that. It may just mean that she can't participate in anything else relating to season 12, or it could mean she was actually one of the finalists, and now they have to, I guess, go to whoever the next runner up was under her would get that spot now. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just don't know how much I'm gonna be checking for Miss Sherry Pie, knowing that she's just not a factor at this point. But she was there, and she's a campy queen, and like I said, she's out of New York. We have Jan. Jan is from New York. Jan is very cheerleader, very super fan, all that good stuff. She can sing. She's got theater background and she can sing. Like, she has a voice, can sing. Then we have Jada Essence. She is from Milwaukee. Jada is a look queen. She can also sew. She says 90% of her clothes she's made herself. So her and what's my girl from last week? Not Nikki Doll. Not Nikki Doll, not Gigi. Anyway, the other one from last week, who her mom both, so they're gonna be, gonna be the battle of the originals, I guess. And then we have Aiden Zane. Aiden ain't gonna be here long. Aiden is from Georgia. She says she don't really perform. She don't really this. She don't really do that. And she's another one. She can't tuck. Her tuck is horrible. So I just don't think she's gonna be here that long. Her aesthetic doesn't do it for me. She's I just don't see her being here long, but whatever. Prove me wrong, baby. Prove me wrong. So we start off the episode. The mini challenge is the same one from last week, where they have to do the runway and they have to come up with 3 looks. Well, 2 looks: a fall and a spring. Sharaka, she had this beautiful. It was really nice anime, like a cape thing with anime, and she actually drew the anime herself. So I thought that was cool. Delia was. She had a whole Jessica Rabbit thing going on with the very coiffed hair. It was red, and she had on this green dress. I thought it was cute. It was bold, and it worked for her. Um, Sherry Pie, she had on a very like glam Marilyn Monroe throwback. Again, she had the same sort of like coiffed, hair. I hope I'm using the right word anyway. Jan, she had on it was a really pretty um flowered skirt with like a white top. It was really cute. Jada, she had on this dress that she made, and it had like a peekaboo slits in it. It was a very church dress. I mean, without the peekaboo slits, but that design, but the peekaboo splits made it a little more high fashion, a little more, So Zayn, I did not like. She had on this dress, and I wrote ugly dress, ugly yellow dress. I feel like I'm gonna be writing that a lot for her. Delia, she had on this real nice black. I wrote black. I just wrote black and cute, child. This is for the second look. This is the second look. Uh, Sharaka, I wrote flying nun. It looked like it was a blue dress and it had this like flap up here. It looked like a nun. Looked like the flying nun. I wasn't. It didn't do nothing for me. Delia had this really cute black outfit. It was like a fur with the hood thingy, but it was like faux fur, but it was cute. I liked it. And somebody wrote that they want me to start showing the looks. I'm working on it, you guys. I'm working on my editing skills. So look forward to. I'm not saying I'll be able to put all the looks, but look forward to seeing more looks. Okay, we working on it. We getting there. We getting there. Jan, I wrote a green. She had a real cute green outfit that had like the exaggerated shoulders and everything, and it was like this croc print, but it was a almost like an army green color. It wasn't like a traditional like alligator green color. It was cute. I liked it. Zayn, again, I wrote ugly leotard. And it was that very like let's get physical leotard. That long torso leotard. And again, that's her aesthetic. I just don't like it. Jada, I wrote, had this beautiful light purple dress, suit, like a paisley suit. That thing was bad. It was Dominique Devereaux bad. Okay, that thing was. I loved it. I loved it. They had to do a musical, like a Fosse-esque musical, with the song "You Don't Know Me," and they had to kind of write their own verse telling about who they are. Now, the first thing I thought was interesting was that ain't nobody know who the hell Fosse was. Listen, I'm not even like, well, no, I'm about to tell a lie. I do like Broadway and theater and stuff like that. But how you don't know who Fosse is? Like, you may not be familiar with his work, but how you don't even know that this is anyway. So after they got done explaining, and of course Sherry Pie sort of took the lead. She the oldest one in the room, and she knew who Fosse was. So she sort of took the lead, and then they tried to put that whole choreography thing on her, and she was like, "No, ma'am, Sam, that ain't my judge." And they ended up giving it to Sharaka because Sharaka said that she teaches dance lessons, but she teaches the choreography to videos that are already out. So like she would take the choreography from single ladies and teach that choreography, but she said she don't make her original choreography. But somehow she was in charge, child. And immediately, Miss Jada, your attitude, boo thing. I mean, immediately, and I knew where it was coming from. It was coming from a point of view of she can't dance. It was coming from the point of view of she can't dance. And so it was, well, let's not do anything too complicated. Let's not do this. Let's keep it simple. Let's just, I mean, it doesn't have to be a full Broadway production. I mean, it doesn't have to be a Fosse dance. I mean, we can keep it simple and still, I was like, and again, I say, y'all beg to get on this show. You auditioned 20 times to get on this show. You know what it is. You don't have to be an expert at everything, but on the very first week, the very first challenge, you're complaining about having to dance? Stop. Stop it. And she was just a total, in my opinion, she was a total asshole the whole way through. She was being very nasty, very snippy, very opinionated, and it all boiled down to what she couldn't do. It wasn't about, well, I think we're this, we're that. No, it was always about, it came back to, well, I told you we didn't have to make it this complicated. We didn't have to make it this hard. We didn't have to, yeah, because you can't do it. But there were other women in the room who could dance. Like, it's not about you. I mean, I know it is, but it isn't. So anyway, I wasn't really crazy about that whole thing, but they did their little thing and they brought it together. I mean, it was a fake it till you make it kind of moment because let's be clear, it wasn't that impressive. But we know from last week that they not really sending nobody home, so the critiques are not going to be as hard as they would when they go send somebody home. Now, what I did find interesting though was, remember last week when they were on the main stage, I didn't see that much critique. They didn't really critique that much. They brought up a few things here and there, but they didn't really. I don't feel like they really gave it to them that hard. But this week, they were in regular judge mode. Like they were giving it to them, and I was like, oh wow, okay, so. And that's why I said I feel like they don't. These queens ain't do it for them like last week's queens did it either. Honestly, in the workroom while they were getting ready for the main for their performance and everything. The whole moment became about Shiraka. Now listen, I can empathize as much as the next person about your mother having a drug problem and you having to deal with that. But for you to say yesterday when I was leading the charge, I just realized that I have triggers. And my trigger came from being in charge and being afraid of letting people down. No, your trigger came from you've been watching this show for the last 12 years and you know that the person that when there's a challenge like that, that the person who gets blamed is the person who was supposed to be in charge and fucked it up. That's where the trigger came from. And now I'm not negating the fact that your mama has had and you grew up with a mother addicted to meth. I'm not going to negate that. But let's be clear. That's where that anxiety came from. That's where the trigger came from. Stop it. Stop it. Now the whole time in the beginning, the ladies, the last week ladies left a message on the mirror said we done already had ours or whatever. So of course they kept trying to figure out the whole time what the deal was. And finally Sherry Pie said, she was like, I feel like they're doing what they did season 7, where they split the opening up and half the girls went one week and half the girls went another week. Thank you, Sherry, because when you look around the workroom and you already see stuff in the workroom and you know it's only 6 of y'all, stop playing. You know it wasn't gonna be no damn 6 people. You knew what the deal was. But Rue finally let them know that's what it was and is blah 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 blah. So like I said, on the main stage, they got some real critiques. They really did. Like I said, Rue brought up the fact that the tuck didn't look that great. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not go through the looks yet? Okay. Thandi Newton and Robin are our guest judges this week. So let's go down the list. Aiden, her stuffing was showing during the performance, and y'all know that is something that they will read those girls for this way real weak, and they were really looking to eliminate somebody. That is something that could eliminate you. I wrote here tux question mark question mark question mark because I wrote tux with an S because it was at least two women, two of the contestants where their tucks are not that tight. And Ruth said some duct tape will do it. Again, you've been watching the show long enough. Stop playing. Um, so the theme was Tool, and we start off with Aiden. Aiden comes down the runway. Now, Aiden, her outfit was halfway decent this time. Now, I ain't like nothing she done worn so far, but her outfit was actually decent. I wrote a lime green dress. It was, it was see-through and everything. It almost looked like a old-fashioned night, like an old-fashioned nightgown, whatever. It was cute. Delia had a red dress, and I liked the boots better than I liked the dress. I wasn't crazy about the dress. You know why I wasn't crazy about the dress? Because she didn't put no boobs. She had this, was like a cutout on the side, and she had cleavage in the front, and she didn't put no boobs on. But the bumps, those boots was cute. Sharaka, she looked like a big old snow cone to me. It was a whole lot of tulle. It was just, and it was like the lilacs, purple and pink and yellow, and she looked like a big old snow cone. Ross was not impressed. Ross said that she had a little too much tulle. She could have toned it down. Thaddy Newton loved it, thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah. Sherry Pie had this whole rain. She came out like in a raincoat, and then she had this whole reveal, and underneath she had her dress, and it had like raindrops on it. It was cute. Uh, you know. And they had to, and of course, y'all know what they did last week. Everybody is safe except for the top two. The top two was Sherry Pie and Jada. I'm sorry, because I'm getting Jada and Delia mixed up, but Jada. Oh, I didn't talk about Jada. Jada had on a yellow. I wrote yellow prom dress with her shoulders out. She loves her shoulders. She thinks that is like one of her, her best features. So she's hot. She highlights her shoulders. Cool, Jan, I wrote for Jan's outfit, she switched it up. She had the tulle, but instead of doing like prom dress or whatever, she did the vest and she did like a little outfit. It looked like she was somebody, a construction worker, but her outfit was made of tulle. It was cute. It was a cute twist on the concept. It made her stand out. So the top two was Sherry Pie and Jada. And like I said, Sherry looks like she's one of the judges' favorites so far. So I'm certain she went far in this competition. So again, it'll be interesting to see how many mini challenges she may have won or different things like that had she not been there would have gone to somebody else. But it is what it is, honey. It's a wrap. They done already filmed it, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. The With the performance now, again, Sherry was doing a very campy, comedic performance. Jada was doing very high energy, dancing all over the stage kind of thing. A couple of times they caught her, she wasn't even lip syncing, honey. But she won the prize. So it seems like the judges are really enjoying, they really enjoy that aspect of the performance. They like that high energy, the death drop, the dancing, the twirling, the spinning, the kicking, they like all of that. So, and that's pretty much it. I didn't even look at Untucked because I just, these girls didn't do it for me this week, y'all. They just didn't. They didn't do it for me this week. It'll be interesting. So at the end of the episode, they walked it back into the workroom, and the ladies from last week were in the workroom. So of course, now they're gonna have to mesh. But I don't even think that this group didn't even blend. And I know it's a competition, and before it's all over with, everybody gonna be yelling at everybody else. I get it. But last week they had moments. Last week they were working together. Last week I know they had their little hiccup with the choreography and stuff, but overall they I think they had a good moment. This I didn't see that moment with this group, so it'll be interesting to see how they blend next week, and it'll be interesting to see if they stay clicked off for a while, almost like group one, group two, or if they're going to sort of blend. It'll be interesting to see that. Anyway, that's what it was. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.